Welcome back to another episode of Pacific Health Talanoa with Lorenzo on this Friday, the 16th of July 2021. And I have passionate women here on the show today. Wow, how much paki whānau for this beautiful wahine who have taken their time out to come and share about their mahi and about the project, the initiative, the work that they do. So passionate. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed to have them on my show today. The Ōtara Village is an resident-led initiative under the Community Builders New Zealand Trust base around Kai, connection and creating with a vision to change community mindsets and behaviours relating to food. Wow, relating to kai, health and well-being. And the Ōtara Youth Drop-In Hub, a dedicated youth drop-in hub for local youth. Not just for Ōtara, but for the whole of South Auckland and the whole of Tamaki Makaurau. A place of advice, advocacy, support, fun, and connection provided by the community, for the community, and of course the Ōtara Bike Burb. A space for local Ōtara bike riders. And joining me today on the show as I've got Lee, Diane, Candice, Tash, and Terangi on the show to share about their experience. Kia ora whānau.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. That sounded like really scripted, but we didn't rehearse that. How are you guys feeling?
Awesome.
Great. Yeah. Excited.
Oh wow! Look, thank you so much for taking the time out to come on the show. You've got a lot of good stories to tell our community on the Pacific Health Talanoa, and I'm pretty sure that you've also got school holiday programs, initiatives that you want to share, because you know what, I do feel sorry for some of our children, some of our kids that are staying at home, not knowing what to do, no Wi-Fi, no PS4, nothing, but just looking at the TV and watch the home in a way, like, hello, no YouTube. But anyways, Lee and whānau, wahine, tell us a little bit about Ōtara Village, the Bike Burb, OBB, and the Youth Drop-In Hub.
Oh, so basically what you see, we are a resident-led organisation, not-for-profit, and so we are all project leads under the CBNZ Trust, and we've just been really busy with the holiday program at the moment. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that holiday program, because that's what I'm interested in.
Okay, so this week we have, we're trying to, get away from the whole technology and just do like old school games.
Yeah.
So we've got the Connect Fours, big, large, mega ones. We've got hopscotch. We've got the gutter boards. We just got those, and those were fire. We had so many kids come through, and it was a blessing to see, the fire in their eyes and just enjoying the board. It's just a tennis ball and a gutter board. Man, that was so cool. We had so many come through. We've got knuckle bones, got elastics, so these are for the old school ones, the old mamas. If you've got some schools they can still jump around, come on down, we've got you always. Also had some free kai come through, so today we had free pizza. Yesterday we had, what did we have yesterday?
DIY Sundays.
Yeah, DIY Sundays, and those were also pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was cool.
Yeah. So we've got something on every day. So like Tash said, today we had gutter boards, and then we've also had free pizzas going on. So keep an eye out on our Facebook page. That will be updated every day regarding what we're doing. We also do lives every day to let you guys know what's happening in the space. We like to make people feel a lot comfortable when they come through our space. So if there's something that you think, hey, we should get, I don't know, let's have a chess competition. We'll make that happen. So we do what matters to the community, and we've noticed that during the school holidays, a lot of our kids are just hanging around the town centre, which is where we're located. In particular, we're talking about the Ōtara Village, as well as the Ōtara Bike Burb. So the activations that we have, for example, on Monday. Yesterday we had Put My Helmet. So the Ōtara Bike Burb and the Ōtara Village are located in the same space. Just separate containers. We run out of shipping containers. So the Ōtara Bike Burb, they had Put My Helmet Day where you could come down. And there's a lot of impacts that come from just that one thing, pimping my helmet. One, the kids get to have fun and pimp their helmet, but two, they get to pimp a helmet that they're going to use to keep them safe when they're riding bikes. So that's what the
Wow.
Ōtara Bike Burb was doing. And then coinciding with that, we had the Ōtara Kai Village having their DIY Sundays. So you get to come down and make your own Sunday. And let me tell you, I made the best Sunday. I'm just going to put it there. Leave it there. There's a bit of competition going on, but yeah, Sundays are awesome. And the best thing about it is that it's all complimentary.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you don't have to pay a cent. You just bring your kids down to have a good time and see our awesome faces.
Yes. Diane, just more about the bike tour, because yesterday I dropped off my daughter's bike, and I was served with respect and the passion, shown by one of your staff. And I saw like a long queue of kids lining up, children lining up to get their helmets and their bikes, and I was like, oh, this for free? This for real? I mean, what is your secret? How do you get the attention of all the tamariki?
It's pretty much, honestly, the strategy we have, the social media, the kids that come through, just connecting and learning together. So each week is always different kids coming through, popping in, seeing what we're up to. We're like, we're open community bike burb, dedicated hub for Ōtara. Come down, this is us, everything's pretty much for free. All the events we do are all free, and it's awesome. We love what we do, and especially coming for customers that come through and say how our customer service skills and all that stuff is going down. It's really a blessing, and that's what keeps us moving.
And you know what, Diane, this must be the first, maybe the only sort of like bike burb drop-in clinic.
Yes.
I like to call it a clinic because the technicians and the people that are doing that are fixing and repairing the bikes, they're really professional. Because yesterday I was told, pick up your daughter's bike today, and I got a text and a phone call from your staff, and I was like, wow. And then I called my wife and said, hey, can you pick up our daughter's bike? And the way she was served as well was like professionally. Now, what made you feel that we need to have this sort of initiative in Ōtara and South Auckland?
Wow, man. So for a very, very long time, the Ōtara has always been known as the capital of bikes. So there's always been kids out on the road doing popping wheelies and stuff, very dangerous, super dangerous, and there was nowhere for anybody to fix their bikes. So then came the bike stunt wheeling comp that started 2 years ago, 2019, and then from there, boom, bike burb.
Wow.
That's pretty much how it went.
And Candice, I saw you live today.
You
I
did?
wish I had time to come down and grab some kai, but I didn't have time. But the Ōtara Kai Village has drawn a lot of attention, especially since the lockdown, the first lockdown. I witnessed and I saw you guys giving out hundreds and hundreds of those food packs. How is it going? How is the mahi going for Ōtara Kai Village?
We're just blessed that we've got some awesome support. We've got local food rescue Kiwi Harvest that support us every week. We've got our local church involved, and our community, they just come together whenever they have any excess. They know that we're there and we're able to receive it and make sure it gets out to the people that need it. And I feel like what we've been able to do so far is just a representation of the aroha that comes from within the Ōtara community. We wouldn't be able to do it without those who are actually able to assist, to help their neighbours, help their brothers, sisters, whānau, and all the tamariki that are around as well, because they're the next generation, and ensuring that they have a good kai, they're sustained and well fed. It's just so important to us at the Kai Village. Everything we do is around kai connection and creation, and I feel like we're pretty much hitting that goal. We could always do with more afi, more help. There's always more ways that we can tap into food rescue and other ways to bring kai in, but I feel like our community, they've shown us some real love, especially since COVID, for what we've done and what we've been able to help them with, and we're just really blessed.
Man, I remember seeing one of your live late last year, and I think you guys were doing a free eggs pickup.
Yes.
I turned up and I saw Swanee and Daniel, and I walked away with 10 trays of eggs, and I was told that I had to deliver it to some of the families that are affected. And I was like, man, so you guys blessed me, and that way I was able to bless others. What a great initiative. Lee, how do you keep the place safe? Because, to be very honest, to other ethnic groups, it might not be safe to them. The way we set up, that space. How do you keep our whānau and our tamariki safer at Ōtara Kai Village?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was like a major barrier to try and break down those walls with the whānau, especially with the stigma around Ōtara. Simply, you could say Ōtara and everybody's like, oh, let's not go Ōtara.
Lock your doors.
So, yeah, no, so definitely there was, it was a lot of work for the team, a lot of planning that we had to approach, and the way that we talk to people, our communication, we had to change the way that we speak, the way that we see them. You know, for us, it's like, we're not looking outward, but we're also looking inward as well. So it was a major shift within ourselves that we had to journey for us to actually approach our community in the right way. So that was like, we would have things locked up.
Yes.
So our tables would be bolted to the ground. But like we say, like, if you keep doing what you do, you'll always get what you've always given or whatever. But like for us, it was like, okay, let's just take the bolts off and just see what happens. And they're still unbolted to this day. So you know, people are just like, because it's so resident-led, they cherish it more, they look after it more. And so we're really blessed to be in a community that just like backs the Ōtara Kai village. That whole space really, actually the whole of Ōtara, we've got some real hearty Ōtara people.
Yes.
Even our young ones.
Very passionate.
Yeah, they're real hearty, And so they, when they see change, they really want to back it up. And like one of the sisters mentioned about the generational, like our older generation, they love to see what the new generation are doing, and they would come under and support it. So like, we've got a lot of mamas out there trusting their kids to be in our space, because we really,
I totally agree, and I you know, I can echo what you just said, because I was part of your Ōtara Easter show. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I was so packed that I couldn't even move like that. And even your Samoan language week fear night, such a good initiative. It was well designed for our community. Now, Tash, I want to come to you. How do you feel now that you are able to provide this sort of initiative and this opportunity to our kids, our youth now, that we didn't even get, you know, back in our day?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's a very eye-opener. Like, you know, when you're from the hood, you see what happens behind doors. Well, we know. So we all know what happens behind those doors. So now that we are young ladies, we want to emphasize on safety, you know, first off, and trust. Because there's no judgment from us. You can be whoever you want to be. And we know we've got a lot of gangs in our community too, and we treat them all the same as well.
Wow.
You know, you want to give respect to get respect back. So it is a blessing, you know, and I absolutely love it.
Wow. Tera, a young female leader for Ōtara, and I tell you what, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you will become the next MP, the future MP for Ōtara Papatūtū. I wouldn't be surprised, because you've been very vocal and you've been the voice for our young people. How do you gather all this information about the feedback from our young people? Is it through social media? And I also know that you've had face-to-face meetings and with our community. What other ways? Because you know what? We struggle to find ways to reach out to our young people, but you know, would you like to share about that?
Yeah, of course. So there's various different ways that we can do that, but the way that we actually approach it is actually having that real relationship with the kids that come through our space. So there's a lot of disengagement.
Can you break that down? Can you elaborate real relationship? Because you know what? We all say that we have a real relationship. But we don't know how to action it.
Of course, definitely. So it's actually going past just knowing their name. It's knowing, and within our space, it's actually knowing where they come from. So the cool thing about Ōtara, and like how in our space in particular, the Ōtara Kai village, is it is literally run by local residents. So that's where the pride comes from. That's where the looking after things come from. That's where knowing and being in these certain relationships come from. Because say for example, there's a little boy that comes through and Tash knows his mum. So they'll come through and we treat them like they're our little nephews. Because they technically are, because we know their parents, we know their backgrounds, we know where they come from, we know we've traveled through so many different stories within our space, because our space is so open to the community, and it is community. led. So that's not a surprise at all. But being in a real relationship looks like actually knowing more about them than what their face is or what their name is. And actually having conversations with them like, hey, what are you up to today, boy? Hey, what are you up to today, girl? And it's getting on their level in the sense of talking to them like they're human. Because a lot of times when you try to categorize youth, especially within our community, when you try to categorize youth, you put them into boxes like, oh no, they need to go see these people because they've got these certain issues wrong with them. But it's just treating them like normal people. Normal people. That's how you connect with our youth. But not only through our space, so that's how we do it on a day-to-day basis, because we've got these disengaged students that come through our space, and that's eventually why we led to the Youth Hub, because we've seen these certain issues within that space of, hey, there's so many youth here that aren't going to school, but what are they doing? They're just hanging out. Why don't we provide a safe space for them? Why don't we give them the space where they can come and be more than what they think they're destined to be? Because they've got so much potential, so much potential. They're confident. They can use their mouth, which is not a talent or a natural thing for all kids to have. So they've got these voices, they're very strong-minded, but it's about leading them into a pathway where they can use that for the better good and for themselves and see their own potential.
Wow. I'm also aware that there is a drop-in hub within Ōtara Kai Village where service providers, if you are tuning in and listening in, please, service providers, Working Income New Zealand, Housing New Zealand, Kainga Ora, police, please, there is a drop-in hub at the Ōtara Kai Village. And I've seen gambling service, smoke-free service, drugs and alcohol, mental health, coming in and utilize that hub, that drop-in hub. Can you talk a little bit more about that, Ali?
So the Ōtara Youth Hub is found on the corner. It's 1/121 Beds Road.
Yes.
So it's just by the new roundabout in Ōtara Town Centre. So the Ōtara Youth Drop-in Hub is basically a space where youth can come through and learn new skills and build on what they've already got, or just find their potential in the space. So we do have a collective of people, of organisations that are on that are overseeing what's happening in that space. And at the moment, we've got an awesome Ōtara Unleashed youth program that's happening from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday next week. So come through. Honestly, it's an amazing program. It focuses around creatives, performing arts. If you're into writing, we've got the beautiful, I'm just going to put this out there, we've got the Bev. So she is a publicist for, she also the author for one of Stan Walker's books. So she's coming through.
Wow.
And she's going to be supporting. But this is basically youth-led. So you got youth teaching youth. So like I said, we really love the whole generational thing. This is run by the beautiful Harmony. She will be there in the space as well. So honestly, just an awesome space to be in. Ōtara has been wanting a youth centre for years, for many years. And so just to have this foot in the door, we're just starting. There's no real,
Who's been behind this initiative, the drop-in hub for youth?
So like I said, there's a collective of them. So there's Know Your Status. Tyler has jumped on board. ONAC. We have Tops. We're the Top Squad. We also have OBB. OKV is also part of that collective.
I haven't heard local board or the council.
So this is all founded and supported by Etu Whānau.
Etu Whānau.
Etu
Wow.
Whānau. Yeah.
Well, you know what, your kōrero just leads me to what comes to mind as our youth walking into the hub and be themselves.
Yes.
Because to be very honest, there's barriers at home that stops and prevents our own youth, young people to be themselves. But hearing your kōrero, I'm like, wow, I wonder if my church youth would be able to come in and just be themselves instead of being, being silent at home and only talk when they are told to. Wow. Now, some of the challenges in your mahi. What are some of the challenges that you face on a daily basis?
I would say always. Communication is always a challenge
Yeah.
for any organisation, whether that's communication within the team or without, like putting messaging out. So it's a lot of, like I said, it's a journey of learning,
Yeah.
and it's a journey of growing and maturing in what we do. So we will only know that by real feedback, if we're doing it right or not. So our people are really vocal. So, and we try our best to cater in our capacity that we can to meet those needs and shift some of the things that we do in this space. So.
Long-term plans for Ōtara Kai Village, OBB and our hub for you?
Do better.
Yeah, be better. Yes. And the best thing is,
Be around for the next 5
It is-
10 years.
it is delivered by the community for
Absolutely.
the community.
Yeah.
And the people from Ōtara. Because you know what? I've been working in Ōtara for many years, and I find that the best people that can serve Ōtara are the locals and the people from Ōtara, like yourself. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, and I do hope that you will join me again, because Ōtara Kai Village Facebook page, thank you so much, my producer. Whānau, if you want to know more about Ōtara Kai Village, or Ōtara Bike Burb, Ōtara Youth Drop-In Hub, visit them on their Facebook pages, because you find them everywhere.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, everywhere on social media. Just Google them, and you'll find them. But thank you so much, Whānau, for coming on the show. God bless you, and I will see you in the hood.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Whānau. I'll be right back after this break.
Believing that I'm open, baby, a dream of a girl come my way, baby. All the things I said and done, and I know this girl's gotta be the one, baby. Sunshine, blue skies, just the same. Lovers in love all over again. Be good to me. I'll be good to you. I'll be good to me. And I'll be good to you. Take a chance, go with me, and you will see my love is key, baby. What I have is more than you ever bargained for, baby. Sunshine, blue skies, just the same. Lovers in love all over again. Be good to me. I'll be good to you.
Squad, baby. Rex, J. Sands. Oh, say I'm Martinez, say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Taurima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in and come here. Yeah, they on the nail, to dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, tamariki, no te paito, quiero say.